Okay, this time I'm gonna try for a Humboldt. One of these Humboldt constricted base. Yeah, it's either gonna look like this one or this one. This one's got very fine parallel flaking. This one is a little bit more rough. What book is it? It's this book. Okay, take a snapshot. Yeah, this one or that one. You can see they're pretty small actually. So I'm going to try to use one of these clunky pieces for the Humboldt. Yeah. See, I'll use this for the thumbnail probably. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to keep it thick. I'm going to knap this in the spirit of keeping it thick. So I can run those parallel flakes more easily. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm going to get right into it. How much do I know about Humboldts? Only that I've gotten a bunch of requests to do them over the past years, several years. And I've been putting it off because of the parallel flaking. Yeah, they don't want to just see a cruddy old, normal, randomly flaked Humboldt. They want to see a parallel flaked Humboldt. Yeah. So I've been putting it off. And I'll do a challenge rock at the same time. Uh-oh, there's a square edge. How do I get rid of it? I don't know. Everybody, close your eyes so you won't see how I do it. That way you'll learn how to do it on your own. Yeah. All right, where do we go? Where do we go? We go somewhere where there's no grinding required. You didn't know? No, you didn't. You didn't know. There's somebody that didn't know. They didn't know what? Didn't know you didn't have to grind at all to get rid of that square edge. What square edge? Exactly. I don't see. Do you see a square edge? I don't see one. Not anymore. There's a little bit of one right there. On this side. Hurry up before you miss it. You don't see it yet? Or you missed it? You're making yourself a bowl of cereal so you can sit down and watch videos. I know. That cereal's not good for you. But I know what you do. You're too lazy to make the fish sticks. Yeah. That's what I used to do. Still got fish sticks in the freezer? Yeah. Okay. I'll make a bowl of cereal. What? Nothing. Just checking to see if we still have fish sticks. Because I get anxiety if we don't have any. Yeah. What? Nothing. Why do I say stuff like that? Have I had conversations like that before? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's what it was like. Living with me when I wanted to mess with you. After a while, I got ignored. It felt so lonely. Really? No, I liked it. You liked being ignored? Yes, I did. Oh, yeah. Life is a lot less stressful that way. If you don't like drama. Now, if you like drama, then no, you gotta be the center of attention all the time. But I hate drama. More than anything. Probably more than anything. Even breaking the tips off of this? Yeah, even breaking the tips off, I hate drama. More than I hate breaking the tips off. Yeah. Less attention, less drama. Yeah, Dad, I didn't even know you were there. Really? I gotta practice that. I gotta get better at that. Better at not knowing that I'm there. Yeah. Luckily, I don't have to do that no more. Because I'm not there for real. Yeah. You mean you don't miss anybody? Yeah, of course I miss them. I just don't miss the drama. I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to instigate it. I don't want to be responsible for causing it. Nothing like that. All I got now for friends, squirrels and snowflakes. And not the whiny kind on the internet. No, I mean real snowflake snow. We got some snow finally. Yeah. Finally. After looking at everybody else, I had lots of jealousy of everybody. Yeah, but the roads are nasty. Yeah, I know. Still. Yeah, but your car and all your stuff is all covered with road salt. Yeah, I know. It's gonna get corroded. It's gonna get nasty. Everything's gonna get nasty. Because the road salt. The freeze and thaw cycles are gonna mess all your rocks up. Well, luckily all my rocks are out of the weather. Yeah, I used to keep my rocks in the yard. Not anymore. Not even here in Vermont do I do that. Especially not here. I still have rocks in the yard in Texas. They're mostly actual real Native American artifacts. They're sitting in the yard. Yeah. You got artifacts just sitting there? Yeah, most of them are bifaces like this. Nutting stones. I've got manos, those stones that were used for grinding, and other similar artifacts. Not finished or broken points. Just those other types that are made of other types of rocks. And, crude bifaces. Yeah. Lots of crude bifaces. And I don't see any grinding on them. Minimal. Sometimes I do see a little, or I feel the edges and there's a little dull spot once in a while. But I think that was from previous grinding. And they didn't regrind for the next pass yet or something. I don't know what it is, but there's just minimal grinding on all of my real Indian artifact bifaces. Very little. If any. Sometimes there's no grinding at all. I can't see any abrading on any of on some of the bifaces. Yeah. It's weird. We depend on abrading so much in the modern knapping world. When I don't think it was practiced all that often, or not to the extent that we do. How'd they get away with it? I don't know. I don't know how they get away with it like that. It's natural tools, man. Well, hammerstones knock the crap out of the edges unless you got a lot of edge there. A hammerstone will smash the edge. And believe it or not, so will an antler billet if it's too delicate. Maybe they were using chunks from alien spaceships. Yeah. Maybe. Knocking off chunks from alien spaceships, and eventually they used all the... They recycled the alien spaceships down to nothing. Yeah. That's why we don't see them. That's why we haven't dug any up archaeologically, because the Indians just used them all for knapping tools. Yeah. Broke them all up. You got an active imagination, man. What's up with that? Someone dropped you on the head when you were a kid or what? Yeah, all of the above. Yeah. I think I was dropped more than once. And each time I bounced. Yeah. So I must have been, more than that because of the bouncing. Yeah. How many times did he hit his head again? Well, I dropped him twice, so that means he'll hit his head twice when he bounces. So it's like, I don't know. He hit his head like 8 times. Really? In the past 5 years? No. Last week. Who knows? Who knows? No one's going to tell me. Oh yeah, you were dropped many, many times, more than I could count. No one's going to tell me that. Is there evidence for it? You got like a lopsided skull or something? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Maybe the doctor doesn't want to tell me I have a lopsided skull because it indicates I've been dropped on my head too much. Yeah. No one's going to tell me. Nobody's going to tell me. Okay, what are we doing? This is the easy part. Once you get used to keeping them thick, once I get used to keeping them thick, it's not a big deal. I just got to keep that mindset. And then this is the easy part's over already. The bifacing and the getting rid of all the defects in the stone. Or most of the defects that I can see. I can't see anymore. So go on to stage 2. After 14 minutes. Yeah, that's the kind of napping I like. Yeah, one of these blades. I don't like those big ones. Yeah, 3 and A little over 3 3/4. That's more my size. I got another one. I'll be doing like the same treatment on both of these. But I'm going to save this for later. Save the bigger one for later. I'm going to do this one. Same material. Okay. Now comes the totally different mindset. Yeah. My finger got caught on something sharp. That was sharp. Where was it? Sneaky. Alright. We're just gonna tiptoe through the taps. Just tap it. Not like that. Yeah, like that. Because I'm gonna regularize it. Make it look like it was ground down. Can I do it? No. It won't look that nice. But it will be very regular. Regularized. This is the idea. That's the theory. Well, why am I not doing it with pressure? This is so much easier. There's no napper's cramp with this technique. I could be doing it with pressure, yes. But why do it with pressure when I can use less effort to do it? Much less effort to do it. Yeah. I'll wait till I get down to the nitty-gritty before I start exhausting myself physically with the pressure flaking. I gotta finish strong on the home stretch. Gotta pace myself. I forgot to do the unboxing. Dang it. Why do I think of these things right in the middle of napping? It's gonna throw me off my game. I'm doing this stuff out of order. You're out of order. No, you're out of order. I remember movie quotes. Sometimes. Only if it has a profound impact on me. There's a movie where I think Al Pacino was a lawyer, and the judge says, "You're out of order." And then Al Pacino says, "No, you're out of order." He yells at the judge. Yeah. That's an old movie. I've been watching some old movies lately. Yeah, now that I can watch whatever I want on TV. Not TV, on YouTube. I just gave away the TV. I don't have it in the house anymore. There's no way I'm going to have a TV in the house if I can help it. So I've been watching old movies on YouTube. YouTube movies. $3, $4, whatever it is. Rent or buy? I'm not buying that, I'll just rent it. Yeah. Where am I going to store it if I buy it? I got a ton of junk, both digitally and non-digitally. I'm not going to buy it. It's worth it if I don't have to store it. Yeah. It's a good deal. I like not storing it. I'll pay for the privilege of not storing it. That's how much I like not storing it. Now, are there movies that I would buy so I can watch over and over and over again? Well, that's the thing. I'm kind of unusual about that. I will listen to something over and over again, but it only lasts for about a day. Like, I'll put a song or I'll put an album on loop for a day or an hour. Listen to it over and over and over. Same song over and over and over and over. Or same album over and over. But it only lasts one day. I'm not going to do it the next day. Or probably ever again. But I'll do it for one day or 1 hour. So movies, I can watch a movie over and over again. But not like some people. I've got to have a little bit of break with a movie. Like, I'll watch it once a year or so. Every year for many years. Or twice a year. Yeah. That's rare. Why do I talk about that? It has to do with how I approach this time-wise and how I do my napping. I'll get into using a certain tool set for a year or maybe more, but I gotta switch it out. Why do I have to switch it out? Well, I don't have to. I just like to because it gives me exposure to other techniques. And the novelty wears off. Kind of. Or I do it so much, I just get sick of it. Yeah. I don't know. Some nappers, they use the same tool set forever. That's it. That's their tool set. They don't adopt other techniques or use other tools. They just got one tool set. It might have 100 pieces in it, but that's all they got. Just one tool set. They might try a little thing here and there. They won't go for a long stretch with a new technique like I do. You still using that fancy flaker? No, I just use it for a week or two. Really? You were doing good with it? Yeah, but it's not my technique. It's not my go-to. But, it could have been. And telling other guys, that could have been your go-to. It's okay. I already got my go-to. I see you got your goatee, but I don't understand why you have just one go-to. What's a goatee have to do with anything? It's just funny. Yeah. That reminded me of your goatee. It's a funny name, goatee. Anyways, yeah, I'll work a certain technique to death, and then I'll move on. And yeah, I do get tired of certain techniques. Although I haven't gotten tired of copper yet. I'm still exploring it. I keep saying this, I keep wanting to make some copper pressure flakers. I just haven't done it. I got the materials set out on my shelf right there. I mean, I can see it every day behind me. Just don't do it. I don't even do it for my steel pressure flakers. I let them wear down until I can't stand it anymore. You know, they get worn down until I can't stand it. These need to be a little bit longer each, because they're already past the point of me not being able to stand it, because the wood starts to interfere with the pad. The wood hits the pad. They're already driving me nuts, but I don't do anything about it until they drive me nuts so bad that I gotta do it. So copper, switching over to copper, it's too much. It's not hard, it's just, for some reason, it just makes me feel like I don't want to do anything. I just gotta do the copper pressure flakers. Man. All of a sudden I feel like I got paralysis. Yeah. It's like analysis paralysis, but in my bones. Yeah. Is that how it really goes? Yeah, sometimes. If I just don't like the idea. I know it's not for me to like or not to like, but, you know, I don't like it. You would think that a person would outgrow that stuff. Just lose all motivation. Your enthusiasm starts to flee out of your ears like a bunch of flying monkeys. Your motivation, enthusiasm starts flying out your ears like a bunch of crazy flying monkeys. And you're left with nothing. No motivation, nothing. Where does all that motivation and determination and energy go? Where does it all go? I didn't do anything. I just sat there and they all flew out of my ears. I don't know. I don't know where it goes. I don't know how it can get burned up so fast. Yeah. If I'm feeling like I don't like something, it'll just... It'll turn on the spigot and drain the energy tank. For no reason. What's a spigot? Spigot. I don't know how to pronounce it. I always say spigot, but that's not how you pronounce it, I don't think. Because it's spelled with a G, spigot. Yeah. It's one of those funny things. What's so funny about it? I have funny ways of saying different things. Because I can't stand the way some words sound. So I gotta say them in a different way. I don't like the way the word spigot sounds. It sounds like bigot. Has nothing to do with bigots. Spigots have nothing to do with bigots. I like spigots. I don't like bigots. So it's spigot, like ticket. Yeah, rhymes with ticket. That's the ticket. It's already dark. Right, yeah, it's dark outside. Middle of a day and it's dark outside. But I like it. Because it's not hot or warm. It's actual winter. Yeah. We're supposed to have an event with the moon and Mars very soon, right? Or is already passed, where Mars is very visible next to the moon at night. And now if we had a clear sky tonight, I might be able to see it, because I like looking at astronomical events. But I can't see nothing. We got clouds and flurries right now. You might be saying, that edge doesn't look too nice and regularized to me. That's funny. It doesn't look regularized to me either. That's funny. And what are you doing? I'm just trying to do it. I'm trying to do something, okay? Just leave me alone. Told you about the drama. Dude, there's no one there but you, dude. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Fine. I create my own drama. That must be terrible. If I don't like the drama and I create my own drama? Man. Only when I'm doing tedious work, that's it. It's the tedium that makes me do it. My mind starts wandering. Can't help it. Okay. Why would they do it this way back in the day? I don't know, man. This is just... Is it OCD? I think that's what it might be, because I'm just doing the same thing over and over. Just shooting little flakes toward the middle. Wherever I can. Same old, same old. Over and over again. Little flake toward the middle. Try not to get a step fracture. I should be preparing those edges better, but I'm not. Okay? I'm not gonna. Why? Because I don't want to make it look like a machine made this. I told you already. I told you many times. If it looks like a machine made it, I don't like it. I can't stand it. Well, it's not that I can't stand it. I said, what's the point? You don't do other things that make it look like something else did it. Dude, you made that so it looks like your parrot made that. It's got pecks all over it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Really? Yeah. I wanted to look like a parrot made it, not a person. Really? Yeah, just like some people make arrowheads that look like machines made them. You know. Perfectly normal, right? I don't know. Now that you mention it, that's weird too. Why would you want to make it look like a human didn't make it? I don't know. It's a mystery. Some might say, no, you got that wrong because only a human could make it that perfect. Really? There's no way machines could make anything that looks like that? You couldn't get that programmed into some sort of machine that could flake consistently? You just put in a pre-ground blank into the machine and you're saying it couldn't do it? Ever? That's what I thought. It's exactly what I thought. Yeah. Am I making fun of those guys? No, I'm just saying the reasons why I don't do it. Now, if it sounds like I'm making fun, that's fine with me, because that's my reputation. I got a reputation for making fun of stuff, and that's okay. All right, I think I've got the general cross section completed, where it's got the high spot in the middle. It's got a median ridge on both sides, more or less. Okay, now I'm going to start pressure flaking because I think I can do, well, maybe not that. I can do most of this now with just pressure flakes. Yeah, except for some of these lumpy areas that would be a pain in the butt to get cleared up with a pressure flaker. Hold on. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Let's look in the book. Shall we? Stage 3 is coming up. We just finished stage 2. What is stage 2? Proper cross section. It's got to have a median ridge already. Alright? Alright. Did they used to do that back in the day? I don't know what they used to do. Okay? Stop asking. Nobody asked you, dude. You're by yourself. Okay. I know that they would be asking if I was at a napping. No, they wouldn't be asking that either. Alright, you win. Leave me alone. What do people ask me usually at nappings? Where'd you get that tool? Where'd you get that pad? Where'd you get that rock? Where'd you get the idea to put that flaker behind your knee? Where'd you get the idea to put the camera in front of your face? Where'd you get this? Where'd you get that? What's your supplier of these plastic mallets? Where'd you first learn about Indian arrowheads? Native American arrowheads? Where were you? Do you remember the day? Where were you when 9/11 happened? I mean, when you first discovered arrowheads? Where were you? What were you doing? 9/11 or arrowheads? I meant arrowheads, okay? Where was I when I first saw an arrowhead? That's a good question. Which one of you guys asked me that? Nobody, dude. You're all by yourself. Dang it, will you get that guy out of here? Anyway, I don't know where I was when I first realized that I was looking at an arrowhead. That was a momentous day, and I know I was a little kid. I said, what is that? No, I didn't say what is that. I'm trying to think. What did I say? I'm going to make that. That's what I said. I was only about 8 years old, I think. I'm going to make that. Because that's made out of rocks. I got lots of rocks. Little did I know we did not have the right kind of rocks. When I was little, I used slate to make my arrowheads. I'd break up the slate and grind it into arrowheads. I was only 8 years old. Kids would come by and say, what are you doing? I'm grinding this into a sharp arrowhead. What are you going to make with it? I'm going to make an arrow. What kind of arrow? You sound a little bit dangerous. You mean dangerous? What? Never mind. No, yeah, you sound dangerous. You're going to make an arrow? What are you going to do with the arrow? I think I'm going to shoot that squirrel right there. No, you're not going to shoot that squirrel. Those are cute. I probably won't hit it, but I'm going to shoot at it. How's that? Does that make you feel better? I know it would make me feel better. He probably would. He would come over. One guy would come over and smack me on my head. What you do that for? You gonna do something about it? No. That's why I did it. Back in the day, there was a lot of bullying and stuff like that. I don't see it too much these days. I think they do it verbally now. Yeah, it's all online stuff. Where speech has become violence now. Yeah. Imagine that. No such thing as sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. There's no such thing as that anymore. Where did that go? It disappeared. The words will never hurt me disappeared. Nowhere to be found. No one says it anymore. In fact, just the opposite. Something happened. Yeah, while us boomers, we were sleeping at the wheel. I gotta admit, boomers were sleeping at the wheel and something happened and now everything is different. So what am I doing now? I'm just working on the edge. We're not even close to being there yet. Why they would make it this way, I don't know. Maybe they didn't make it this way. Maybe there was a shortcut. I don't know how to make the surface regular enough to do regular flaking. You gotta have a regular surface to do regular flaking. What I mean by regular is nice and even, nice and, you know, sequential and very, I don't know, very neat. Oh yeah, I was gonna look in the book. Let's see, let's check out the Humboldt again. I lost my place. EFGH. Hasket? No, I missed it. I'm gonna go for one of these other ones. These constricted base Humboldts. I'm still way large. These are actual size in the book. Well, I'm pretty close to that one. Am I too narrow? No, I got room. So I'm close to this one here. But I don't know if I'll be able to, I don't know if I want to do flaking that close together. That's tiny ribbon flaking. I don't know. We'll see. I'll just do what I can do without causing myself too much anxiety. Sometimes I think this ribbon flaking is some sort of sharpening technique. Or the original was more like this without the ribbon flaking, and then as you sharpen it, you get more ribbon flaking. I don't know. I don't know enough about these, but if I had to guess, if it were me, I wouldn't be sitting there all day just doing little flakes. What are you doing over there? Flaking. Oh, okay. 1 hour later. What are you doing over there? Flaking. You still on the same point? Yeah, of course. All right. 20 minutes later. What are you doing? Flaking. Are you still on the same point? Yeah, still on the same point. You mean you're going to spend all day or most of the afternoon on that point? Yeah, of course. That's how we do it in this tribe. I don't know if I want to learn that. I'll just sharpen a piece of wood and go hunting with that. I can probably make a bone arrowhead faster than you can flake on that all day or half the day. It only takes me 30 minutes to make a bone arrowhead like that. That size and everything. Maybe 45 minutes. Okay, fine. So I don't know why they did it that way. I can't think of a good story of why they would do it that way. Unless they had some shortcut. And then they wouldn't be spending all day doing it. Besides, it's so much of a pain to pressure flake these edges because they're very crushy. Seems the more you pressure flake them, the more they get dull. Anyways, we will continue. I'll tell you when we're there yet. I might just stop in the middle of everything and go, okay, it's good. Good to go. That's it. Yeah, but you're going to stop in the middle of everything? And call it good? Yeah. If I feel like throwing it across the room because I'm getting impatient, I'm just going to call it good. Thinking to myself, there's got to be a better way. Gotta be a better way. No, there isn't a better way, dude. Just keep going. We're all watching with bated breath to see how tedious can you go. Got bets on the side. How tedious can he go? Watching every flake removal. Every little bit. The boring is more interesting than any of the other dynamic large flake removals. Yeah. Pick at it. You want to see you pick at it. Slowly. Go slower. Really? Seriously? Yeah, go slower, dude. Pick at it more. Time it so that this one will last 3 hours. Do it. If that's the case, I think I'm in the wrong line of work, because that's not what I want to be doing with my time. Don't say stuff like that. You'll lose about 100 viewers right away. Like, it'll drop off. Because people want to see you pick at it for days. Really? Yeah. Okay. I mean, I know some people are going to say, I just wanted to see how it was done. Well, you know how it's going to go. You already know that it takes forever to prepare these things for the right flaking. You already know that. Why do you want to see it when you already know it? That's what I do with my time. I know the mailman's going to come, but I want to sit there and watch him. So I'm sitting out here waiting for the mailman. Yeah, but you already know what's going to happen. He's going to come up to the steps. He's going to put the mail in the box. Or he's going to go to your mailbox right down the road. Put the mail in there. You already know what's going to happen. Yeah, but the way I think, I like watching what I already know. Yeah, so I'm out here I'm going to watch that mailman do his thing. Yeah. Okay, dude. Whatever you say. He's making fun of us, isn't he? I think so, yeah. Some of you might say, it's not you picking at it, it's the way that you're picking at it. We can't figure out how to pick at it. We know you've got to pick at it for days. We just don't know how to do it. Or what is the way to do it. Is that it? You just don't know the way to pick at it? What's the technique? Is there a special secret to the way you're supposed to pick at it? Maybe. But I imagine there's different ways to pick at it. This can't be the only way. Can it? I don't know. Yeah, someone will tell me what motivates you to watch this kind of flaking or request it. I don't know how many watch it, but it's been requested so many times that I'm finally doing it. After many, many requests. Now, I don't know why. Seriously, I don't know why. It's not really a mystery. Let's see. This requires 2 gloves because I'm going to start getting flakes between the tool and my finger. You know, I get flakes in between. Okay, let's see. Should I start there? No, start somewhere where it doesn't matter too much. Because if I mess it up near the tip, then it'll ruin the tip. All right, pick and look. Pick and look. Sometimes it doesn't pick. Come on. Not gonna move on until I get that one. Okay. There it goes. Yeah, it messed up. I want to do little flake, big flake. Little flake, and then a bigger one. Yeah. What about the ribbon flaking? I don't know. We'll see. I think if I put these flakes close together, I'll get a ribbon effect. Come on. Oh. Alright. The thing is, you've got to press on a spot without much choice, and if that spot's not cooperating, you can't move to another spot. It's got to be that one spot. That spot right there was all wonky, so I didn't take regular flaking there. I just kind of smoothed it out. I should probably be putting these flakes closer together. Yeah, like that. But it's harder to do it that way. Because sometimes you run into the mess up of the previous flake. I could do that all the way down, I suppose. What am I looking at? I'm looking to see how much I scooped out the edge. I've scooped it out quite a bit. Which means to do the next pass, I've got to take out that the scoops, and then do the other side. Because right now the edge is pretty thin. It can't be that thin on the next pass. It's not doing it. Yeah, see, if I try to take thinner flakes, they don't travel very far. I know how much force is required to go to the center. All right. I can get the flakes closer together if I narrow this tip. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just testing to see what it does. Sometimes a narrow tip doesn't have the ability to send long flakes through these bumpy areas. Yeah, like that. With a stronger tip, I could push through there. So I got a step fracture right there. So I'm not getting long flakes, which is a big problem. All right, let's see. No, not like that. Okay. Already starting to mess it up. Come on, focus. See, I try to get them closer together on this side. It's much easier to do them further apart. There's more flakes for one, and number two, I'm more constricted as to where I'm taking the flakes. Like, I gotta move over exactly just a little bit, and the whole edge needs to be perfect in order to move over just a little bit to take the flake. The distance is very constricted. All right, so how did they do it in the past? They were just more persnickety about preparing the edge than I was just now. It's obvious that they had to be very persnickety about how they prepared the edge. Yeah, the more careful you prepare the edge, the easier it is for you to take a flake at that spot no matter what. It's got to be a certain distance no matter what. Certain distance no matter what. So it's all got to be the same. So you've got to be very persnickety about how you prepare the edge. There's no other way around it. That's how they did it. Now, what tools did they use? Whatever they had available. But the thing is, you cannot take a flake just anywhere where it looks good. Everywhere has to be good to take a flake from, because you're constricted as to where to take it. Does it make sense? You can't just look for opportunities. You have to take the flake there and there and there and there, all the way down the edge. That's why the flake over grind guys make the edge perfect, because that way there's no fuss about where to take the flake. Now, can you be persnickety enough to choose randomly a spot within a 16th of an inch or a 32nd of an inch? Like, instead of taking the flake there, you take it there. Where's the focus? You know what I mean? Instead of taking a flake there, maybe you can move over a 64th of an inch leeway between spots to take a flake. Because that's all you got. Maybe that's what they did. I don't know. I haven't seen the edges on some of these Humboldts. I've seen some Humboldts, but they didn't have perfect flaking. A friend of mine sent me some Humboldts to study a long time ago. And I looked at them, and they were all wonky. And a lot of them, I think he sent me some Stocktons as well. All kinds of odd serrations and stuff. In general, it looked nice and regular, but he looked up close and they were all kind of random. Why don't I do it that way, all random? Because apparently not all of them were like that. So I'm trying to do what's hardest to do. It's easy to do it all random. Well, nothing's easy, but it's easier. There's a slight curve in that tip. Yeah, it probably doesn't matter. Someone will probably ask, do I think the steel is interfering with how it's being made? Well, I don't know. I think steel is easy to work with. If I was using antler, I'd be trying to fix the antler tip every 5 seconds, so to speak. Because it wears down fast. Now, Obsidian will cut through the antler as you're knapping. Especially when the antler has a very pointy tip. Forget it. I'm avoiding that little step fracture right there. Yeah, the focus is not helping. The lack of focus is not helping. Yeah, I could just pick it to death for a long time. And you know, it might be a sharpening technique, you never know. I just feel like it's a very tedious way to sharpen it. Just making it more difficult on yourself. I mean, it looks nice when you're done, but I don't know, is that what they're going for? Could be. Alright, I'm going to stop messing with it. What do the bases look like? Oh, it's constricted, okay. Never mind. And some of these ears flare out a little bit. Right or no? Let's see. Yeah, they're more concave than this. Okay. Well, not all of them. But yeah, more of a concavity wouldn't hurt. Yeah, okay. I don't know if these were ground. Let's see. These are archaic, so they're probably not ground down on the sides. And the tip, yeah, it's okay. So yeah, I've just got to be more picky on the edge. And after doing about a dozen of these, I think I can get used to this kind of flaking there, because it's spaced out enough that I have some room to work with. Like if I see a spot that's not good, I don't have to stay in that spot and try to make it work. I can move a little bit and space these out a little bit differently. If I have to work in a spot that's very constrained, I get this kind of thing. If I have a little bit of room to work with, I can get them to look a little bit better, I think. And if I spread them farther apart, they look even better, because it gives me even more room to work with on the edge. What's the ratio? 22 millimeter by 6, 7. It's like 3 to 1. Yeah. Actually, the ratio got thicker. It was 4 to 1. Now it's 3 to 1. Yeah, this is good. I think that works. So I'll be doing something similar to this on this bigger one. I think I might have a better chance of running those ribbon flakes on this bigger one than on this little one, unless I start working on devising a better set of tools. Maybe I can keep a bunch of them in reserve, so I don't have to keep resharpening. Like make 4 pressure flakers, 1 for each pass, so it'll be fresh for each pass instead of having to shave this down a lot. I mean, it looks okay. I just don't understand yet what the advantage is to sharpening it that way. Maybe I'll see it later. Maybe I'll figure it out later. I wish I could see the side views in that book. Oh well. Because the edges might be all wonky. It would be very interesting to see if these edges on the Humboldts are all wonky. If they are, then they must be preparing the area for each flake removal. Instead of just preparing the whole edge in general, they're preparing, if it's all wonky, then they have to be preparing each area and then take a flake and then prepare another area and then take a flake, and that just doubles and triples the time it takes to do it. See, with the Eatons, the flaking is spread further apart, which makes it, I think it makes it easier than trying to do the ribbon stuff. But you never know. I could get the hang of it. I mean, I can do it up here because the flakes don't have to travel very far. And maybe if I just make them smaller, it'd be easier for me to run those. See, I'm not afraid to... how do I say this? Not afraid. See, down here, to run a narrow flake requires a good amount of force, but the edge has to be very robust, more robust than up here, because I only have to run the flakes a short distance. So I'm not afraid of, I guess I'm not afraid of smashing the edge to do these. Down here I am. to run a long flake of this narrow down here requires a lot of preparation on the edge. It's got to be very robust. And even so, I don't know if I can get them that narrow, because when you exert a lot of pressure, they get wide, so you probably have to overlap them quite a bit. Overlap the flakes. These are not that overlapped. These are kind of individual. Down here, I'll have to overlap them. Yeah, maybe that's the trick. Overlap them down here, and then as it gets more and more narrow, you can do individual flakes without overlap. Okay. All right. How was I capturing the flakes the last time? The flake scars. I did one like this before. I've done a couple like this before. Okay, there you go. That's it.